Welcome back to Shenandoah Sidelines, and we're with Coach Matthews here. And, Coach, the last time you and I talked, we talked about the fact that the next time we were going to talk about a win, but it just didn't happen tonight.
Just didn't happen.
You and I were talking on the way down here for the interview. Just too many things, I guess, that we could talk about, but one of the things that I observed during the game, it seemed like that Strasburg just, I'm sure when you look at the rebound margin, there was a big margin there, and I think their defense gave you all a lot of trouble tonight.
Yeah, they're a great defensive team and definitely gave us some trouble. We just had a really hard time trying to run our offense and get some good looks out of it.
Of course, you did have some shots, and of course, something when you look down, and I'm sure that when you look at your scorebook, 5, 7, and 2 points in the first 3 quarters. You had some shots, but when you missed the shots, nobody was there to get the rebound for you.
Right, yeah. And we talked about that before the game, that we really needed to box out and crash the boards, and Strasburg just did a really good job tonight.
Of course, in that fourth quarter, you came out there and you put 15 points up on the board. And then one person in particular that I was kind of impressed with was your young sophomore there, Jensen Hoover. She seemed to, I know you started her, and she seemed to play pretty well for you tonight. Yeah,
Jensen's really been doing a good job. She really pays attention, and she tries to improve every day. She works hard at practice, and she just listens to what we ask her to do, and she's really been doing well.
Well, Coach, I know this is the last game of the year for your non-district games, and you got, I think you and I talked, you got 5 district games left, and 5 games that are winnable.
Winnable, yes.
So, listen, we're not going to do any more of your games this year, and I'm sure I'll get to see you play a couple times here and there, but want to wish you good luck in the rest of these 5 games, and hopefully we can look in the paper and see 5 wins for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back to Shenandoah Sidelines, and I'm with Jacqueline Ayers, and I would say probably you were the star of the game tonight on both ends of the floor, and you came out with 15 points tonight, and I think there at one time I looked that you had about 12 or 13 rebounds. I want to go back and talk about the win tonight. I know this is you're a senior, right?
I'm a junior.
Oh, that's right. You're a junior, but you got some seniors on your team here. What does a win like this mean to y'all when you play your county rivals?
I mean, we look forward to it all year, and we just, all of us, the whole team is just ready to go, so we're all pumped up. So.
Of course, I think probably the difference in the game tonight when you start looking at the stats, and this has always been a trademark here at Strasburg. I think your defense tonight was probably the key. When I say your defense, your whole team scheme was the key to tonight's game.
I believe so. We were all ready to we put pressure on them, and we held them pretty. I mean, I thought the score was pretty low, so, I mean, it's just something we all like to do. So.
Of course, probably the other thing, and I'm sure Coach Morgan will probably point these things out to y'all in your meetings and stuff, Central got off a lot of shots, but they were just single shots. Seemed like that you all were there right in place to get the rebounds, and probably when you look at those stats, those rebound stats will probably go be a little lopsided in your all's favor, too.
I believe so, yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you coming down here. I know this is our last game that we get to televise on Shentel Cable, and just want to tell you, you're a great player. You got a good team out there, and I know you all got some big games coming up. One of them I know is against George Mason, and might be a little revenge factor there for y'all.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We're ready for them. So.
Well, listen, I appreciate you coming down and talking to us, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome back to Shenandoah Sidelines, and sitting beside the victorious coach here, Coach Morgan. Good win tonight. Congratulations.
It's always good to get a win.
Of course, it's always better when you get that win against that county rival, too.
Well, we do like those, and I know our kids do, and I knew tonight was going to be a game where the crowd's pretty good. You get a lot of intensity, and I told our kids before we went out, we got to make sure that whatever goes on, whatever happens in the stands, what happens on the court, we got to maintain our composure. And I thought our girls really did a nice job of executing on the offensive end and the defensive end, maybe more importantly.
Of course, you just mentioned that. I'm sure you probably haven't had a lot of time to look at the stats, but I'm sure there's got to be a big margin there in the rebounding stats.
Well, that was one of the I normally give a few keys to the game, and I mentioned we had to go out there a lot of times with 3 and 4 guards on the court, and we knew we had to get back and play transition defense. But also one of those was we got to make sure that we don't say, hey, we're bigger than they are, and not worry about getting our bodies on people. And I thought we did a good job on the boards, and it always ends up being a big factor in the game.
Of course, everybody knows, and for years, the trademark at Strasburg High School has been the pressure defense, and I think that probably got a little bit into the minds of the girls tonight from Central.
Well, we do like to make sure we get out there and make things difficult, and sometimes it works out for us, and we think it works out for us more than not. And we did come out and do a very nice job. Jacqueline did Kelsey Bowman. She can really shoot the ball on the perimeter, and I think Jacqueline really does a great job of making her put the ball on the floor and taking away any perimeter shots that she might get. And just when you can put that kind of pressure and make sure that every shot's contested, I mean, if we can do that, we feel like we have a good chance of winning.
Coach, I know you got, I believe it's 6 district games left, and you're 3-1 right now in the district. Of course, I think you've got 2 of those wins have been against Clark County.
Yes, we do have a couple wins against Clark.
And that's been one of your big opponents over the past years, but I know that the big game coming up down the road is when you play George Mason, because you lost to them down at their place, and it wasn't the fact that you just lost. It was the fact that I think you lost kind of miserably down there.
Well, we didn't play too good, and we do know that we have that game coming up. But you know from coaching, we got one before we can get to that one, and we do have Madison on Thursday night, and they came in here, and I mean, they really gave us fits for a while, and we have to go over to their place and before we can get back to Mason. And that's what I was telling our girls tonight in the locker room after the game, that hey, we want to enjoy tonight, enjoy the win, but we got to make sure that we get focused for Thursday against Madison, because even though this is a county rival and you like to get this one, those district wins are far more important at this point in the year. And so we go play Madison, and then after we face Madison, then we'll look at what's beyond that at that point. But no, we do have some big games coming up, and we'll see what we can do.
Well, Coach, it's always a delight to come down here to Strasburg, especially for a girls' game, and you all are a class act. That's a compliment to you. And of course, this is our last telecast from down here at Strasburg this year. Just want to take time out to wish you all good luck down the stretch here, and hopefully we'll see you all in the playoffs.
Well, we appreciate what you guys do. I mean, this is great for the kids, and hey, we'll go see if we can't win a few more here down the stretch, and see if we can play good in the postseason.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot, and then
appreciate
it, and
hey,
good luck.
A bunch.
Welcome back to Shenandoah Sidelines, and just a little wrap-up here on tonight's game. Big county rivalry game. The Strasburg Rams hosting the Central Falcon ladies. And, of course, Strasburg came in here early in the game, jumped all over them, got out to a big lead, and just kept kind of piling onto that lead throughout the course of the game. Final score here was 50-29. Of course, the big 3, as they call them here at Strasburg, the scoring-wise, Jacqueline Ayers scored 15, Janice Smoot 13, and Bethany Bowman chipped in with 10 points. And the Falcons, from the very outset, it was like there was a lid on the bucket. They just couldn't get it to go in, and they got some pretty good looks at the bucket, but just kind of out-hyped there a little bit by the Strasburg Rams. The Rams got a lot of the offensive and defensive boards, and of course, as I was talking to Coach Morgan, it's no secret down here at Strasburg, it's all about defense, and they play very, very tough man-to-man defense, and that was pretty much the outcome of the game. It was the defense and the fact that the Rams were able to out-rebound the Falcons. So that's going to wrap it up here tonight. Strasburg's going to come away with the win. It's going to be 50-29, and until next week, you have a good week, and more importantly, you have a safe week.